So I didn't end up making it to finish the TNT process. I feel like I failed, but I gave it everything that I had. I had two different trainers. My first trainer took advantage of me, manipulated my hours, gave me wrong information. Second trainer, after I reported what the first trainer was doing and I hopped off of his truck, went home for a few days, they gave me a new trainer who was even worse than the first trainer. He did everything the first trainer did, plus extras. He also manipulated my hours. Sleeping conditions were not humane. Uh, wasn't allowed to turn on the air conditioner. I had to sleep on the top bunk. I'm too big to sleep on the top bunk. It was the equivalent to sleeping in a casket. I would sleep fully dressed and I wake up with no air conditioner, soaking wet. All I had was my personal fan. That's not enough when it's two grown men sleeping in a truck together. He also did the same thing as my first trainer, where I would drive 9 to 10 hours a day, and they would only drive 4 to 5. Or I would drive my hours, and when it was time for them to drive their hours, they would be too tired, and they wouldn't finish their time. My last trainer, what he would do, like I said, we were sharing. The only time I could actually get some decent rest is when we would swap out the chair and I would drive and then he would drive. And I would sleep in his bunk while he was driving because I couldn't sleep in the top bunk. I was sleeping in the passenger seat at nighttime because it was too hot in the top bunk. And he doesn't like running the AP unit to have the air conditioner on. It's just his personal preference. He didn't want me to raise or let the windows down because he didn't want bugs in the cab. It's his home, it's his house, that's his rules. So I just had to deal with it. The first night in the truck, like I said, I woke up in the middle of the night. I felt like I was suffocating. I was having a panic attack. I couldn't breathe. It was too hot. I tried to calm myself down. I don't know if you've ever been in the top bunk of a semi truck. I couldn't even sit up straight. There's not even enough room to sit up there. So I got out of the truck. I walked around for a couple of hours. I let down the grill and I sat on it and I tried to sleep there, but it was too cold because I forgot to grab a jacket as I got out of the truck. So I stayed out of the truck for a good couple hours, just sitting out there, sleeping, sitting down on the front bumper of the truck until my legs went numb. I was worried about somebody running my pockets while I was asleep, so I couldn't get very good sleep. Plus, I was sitting up outside at a truck stop, just sitting on the bumper with my head in my shirt and my arms in my shirt because I was cold. I tried to get as much sleep as I could. That morning, I had to drive also, first thing, so I drove my 10 hours. And then he drove, and I actually got to get a little sleep. The whole entire process was just pure hell for me. Absolutely awful. Like I said, I thought my first trainer was bad. I thought he was taking advantage of me because he wasn't driving his proper hours. And when it was time for him to switch out, he would drive maybe like 45 minutes, an hour, then he would stop, take a 3 or 4 hour break while I was asleep. I thought he was bad. The second trainer showed me I should have kept my mouth shut and stayed with the first guy. So, unfortunately, I didn't finish the program. I hopped out. Uh, I drove, my trainer drove 10 hours last night, and then I switched out after him and I drove my 10 hours. And so it was his turn to drive again. And he says, we're going to stay the night here, right outside of Chicago, for the next until Monday morning. So it's going to be like almost 24 to 34 hours. I'm not sitting in a truck with him with no air conditioner while he's in the bottom bunk and I'm going to have to sleep in the chair, sit in the chair for the next 34 hours. I'm not doing it. So I got myself a motel room. I grabbed all my stuff. I was already planning on getting off the truck Monday. Just couldn't make it. So that's my story with this company. I'm done. I'll go back, turn in my badge, and I'll just move on. I feel like I failed because I've never set a goal and I didn't complete it. I did complete the goal of getting my CDL. I did complete the goal of successfully being out there for my 15,000 miles. I was out there for 11 days with my first trainer, 12 days with my second trainer. I got about 15,000 miles in. I still had about 14 to go, but I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not meant for me to live in the truck with another man. I was humble. I was respectful the entire time. No altercations. I'm not finna do no talking. I'm straight action. So we had no words, nothing. Nothing was said. It's just once the energy changes and I can feel that there's going to be conflict, I'll just remove myself from the situation because I'm not a person that's going to go back and forth. I'm not. So I'm just moving on. Going to go back home, find myself a local CDL job, somebody that will work with my experience. If they can't, I'll go back and do manufacturing where I came from. Whatever it is I have to do to take care of my family, that's what I'll do. So I'm at a nice little motel room, paid for it myself. I kept $1,000 with me the entire time I was in the truck. I ain't no dummy. Not no dummy. Not gonna catch me slipping. Anytime I want to, I can hop off the truck. So, waiting on my wife to come pick me up. I'm going back home to finish my life. That was my journey. For the company, do I think the company is a bad company? No. Do I think the company needs to look into who they are allowing to train people and why these people are wanting to do the training? I definitely think they need to look into that. A lot of these people who are doing the training, they're only doing it to make their lease operator payment. Their payments may be $1,000 to $1,500. They're struggling to make those payments. So an easy way to make that payment would be to be a trainer. And they take advantage of the trainees. They run us like slaves, absolute slaves. I had no idea what I was signing myself up for. They tell you you're going to make $900 a week. That ain't true. You're going to make $1,100 a week, but you ain't going to bring it home. I was only bringing home maybe $720, $760 a week. The fine print is they're going to get you for your sleep study. They're going to take out money for that. You still got to pay taxes out of that $900. You are not bringing home $900 a week. That is a lie. That is before taxes also. They told me I needed a physical after I'd already paid for a physical. Then they told me I needed to have a sleep study because I might have sleep apnea. Then they charged me $500 for taking a study that I didn't even need. I don't even have it. but they told me I have a mild case of it, so I had to pay $500. $500 is less than the $1,800 that they wanted me to pay for having a mild case of sleep apnea. So it was all a racket. It was all a scam and a hustle. It was the worst decision I've ever made. I gave up a 13-year job. I had been there for 13 years. I gave that up to go and do this. The only good thing about this process is I do have my CDL. I have got out and I've seen the world. Not the world, but the United States is a beautiful country. Absolutely beautiful. Some of the places I've seen, it doesn't even seem real. I can't even imagine how beautiful some of the places I've been and I've seen. I've been all the way from Salt Lake City, not Salt Lake City, but all the way over to Oregon. Oregon was a beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful. It's mind-blowing how beautiful this country is. I've been over to Oregon. I've been over to New York, Iowa, Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Colorado, California, Louisiana, Texas. Just back and forth, back and forth. That 15,000 miles was in like less than a month. Definitely. Colorado, beautiful mountains. It's very, 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 very pretty. I do appreciate that, getting me out of my bubble and allowing me to see the world. Well, not see the world, but see the country. It was a very. I did enjoy that part about it, but I'm finished. I'm done with this company. I'm not getting in the truck with another trainer. From day one, I was always a standout student. Sat in the front of the class, scored second highest in my class on my driving test and the whole process. I got a 99. The only person that beat me was a girl from Kentucky. She got 100. Nobody else got 100 for the whole year, so she was just a standout. Never would have known. Never would have guessed she was going to get 100. So I don't know. But I gave my all. I absolutely gave my everything I could to successfully completing this program. I just got two bad trainers, that's all. If I would have got a decent trainer who was fair, who would drive their time, and I drive my time, I understood I was going to get it taken advantage of on the money. I had accepted it. But being taken advantage of, being forced to drive above levels where I was comfortable through the mountains at nighttime, it was scary. Trainers pushing me to do 65 through the mountains. I'm not comfortable with that. You got a fully loaded flatbed truck with 40,000 pounds on it, and you're telling me to go 65 down an in-grade or downgrade or whatever, and curves. It's like, I'm just not comfortable doing this. He's like, you're gonna have to get comfortable. I'm never gonna be comfortable doing this. That's not what I'm gonna do. So it's just not for me. Like I said, I do feel like I failed because my goal was to complete this process and move on, get my own truck, but just not for me. So that completes my journey with this company. So I'm gonna go on back home, do whatever it is I have to do to take care of my family. Doesn't really matter. But that's where we're at. So Big Sigma 84 signing out. So we up. Crazy night last night. Got off the truck, got ourselves a motel room. Just got in the room, got everything thrown in here. Hopped in the bed. Just waiting on my wife to come pick me up. And then I'm headed back. If you're gonna be out here trucking, you in training, make sure you keep some money with you. Make sure you keep yourself a minimum of $500 to where you can look after yourself while you're out here. Companies don't care nothing about you. They'll tell you to hang in there. You end up getting physical with your trainer, you're gonna be on your own. So sometimes you just need to disengage from a situation. My wife and them pull up, we're gonna hop in the car, we're gonna take it home. All right, my family should be pulling up any minute. They should be back momentarily. I'm gonna get my bags packed up and be waiting downstairs for them so we can get out of Chicago. Get back to Missouri, where we're from. Get back to our neck of the woods. Feel good for my family to pull up on me, show that love that I would do for them, they do for me. So reciprocate the love. Great extra music. I got the bags packed. Soundtrack playing in the background. I don't think I left anything. If I did, I didn't deserve it anyway. Oh well. Out this piece, bro. We're going home. We are done with this chapter. This was a great mistake I made. Lesson learned. We're gonna move on forward. We're gonna move on from it. Keep it pushing. So my family should be pulling up momentarily. Catch y'all downstairs. So we out here waiting. Motel was actually pretty nice. Wasn't a bad night's sleep. Well, I didn't sleep but a couple hours though. Like worried about my family. Them having to drive this far without me. They never drove this far without me, so a little bit worried about that, but they made it safe and sound. All praises to the Most High. I think that's why this whole situation didn't work out for me, is because I was fighting an uphill battle, something he didn't want me to do, and I refused to listen. So it was like he was just standing up on top of the mountain throwing boulders and obstacles like, no, you're not doing this. No, you're not doing this. You're going the wrong way. No, you're not doing this. So I learned my lesson. Don't try to fight his will, because it will not work. It will not work. There they go. Put up on me. I'll bring the SUV, but she brought the truck. That's fine. Very, very happy. Couldn't have made it this far without my wife. She was a great inspiration to me in this whole process, trying to keep me motivated, trying to keep me from crashing out, trying to keep me encouraged, trying to keep me awake when I was driving. Many a nights where I called her and she'd be on the phone with me like 5 or 6 hours, asking me real questions, just trying to keep me awake so I didn't crash the truck. She's definitely a real one. She's definitely my rib, my soulmate, my best friend. Here she go. That's what it looked like when a real one pull up on you to come save me. Can I ride with you? Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.